the responsive IS. From Lexus. Attractive leases available on all 2007 IS models for a limited time at your Lexus dealer.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by LoJack, the only stolen vehicle recovery system operated by the police. Bacardi Rum. If you're going to drink, be responsible. And by Pontiac, 9 performance machines, all designed for action.
To 3 in 13 innings. This game just went on and on and on, and boy, a disappointing finish as the Cubs fall to 1-6 in extra innings this year. Hello and welcome to Cubs Postgame Live alongside the lefty Dan Plesac. I'm Luke Stuckmeyer. Dan, Cubs certainly had opportunities tonight.
Oh, they had a lot of opportunities. You could go back as early on in the beginning of the game. Rich Hill balking in a run, which you get to the point where this game was 3-3 going into the 9th inning. Cubs have the bases loaded, nobody out in the 8th inning, not able to put the ball in play, not able to make plays, and I think that's one of the things that you see, some of the deficiencies of your team. Jock Jones in not being able to throw a runner out on a ball that really wasn't hit that well. He was playing shallow in right field. The throw wasn't very good. Michael Barrett certainly had time. Jose Vidro did not slide at home plate. This was a game of some missed opportunities. It's one, you could add this on to about 5 or 6 in the last 5 weeks that the Cubs look back and say, boy, we should have won this game, but we didn't.
Well, and it's one of those games where you also look at it and you say, the Cubs could be putting together 4, 5, 6, an 8-game winning streak, but these games keep popping up in the middle of it.
That's what's so frustrating. It seems like right when this team starts to get some momentum, you go win the first 2 games in Atlanta against a very good Atlanta Braves team. You look like you've got things set up pretty well. Sunday night, Ted Lilly gets ejected after 2/3. The bullpen pitches very well till the 8th inning, and Ryan Dempster, really one of the few times he hasn't pitched very well this season. And it just seems like when they take 3 or 4 steps forward, they take a couple of steps backwards. But one thing you have to give them credit for, they do find a way to keep coming back.
Well, it's time now for our Feldco pitching recap. It was Rich Hill and Jared Washburn. That seems like maybe 2 or 3 days ago, but it was tonight. Both pitchers making it into the 6th inning. Hill really didn't have his best stuff, but at the same time, he kept the Cubs in it. 83 pitches tonight, 3 earned runs, 8 hits. What did you think of Rich Hill's performance?
He really pitched well enough to win tonight. And unfortunately, with the not having a Ramos Ramirez as bad in the lineup, you're going to see some things. And I think Lou Piniella was a little bit hamstrung with his roster. I'm not sure if Cliff Floyd was available, but there was a situation later on in that 8th inning when you have the bases loaded and nobody out. You send a young left-handed hitter in Felix P.A. up to face a left-handed pitcher. Then when you come to the last out there in the 13th inning, I think if Cliff Floyd was available, there were 2 opportunities for him to come out and pinch hit. Unfortunately, I don't believe that he was available tonight, and it really cost the Cubs.
And a lot of things cost the Cubs tonight. There was some bad base running again by the Cubs. That's something that's bothered them all season long. They had more episodes of that again tonight. And then you look back at a situation, there was something, I don't know what was really going on, but you saw Rich Hill and Michael Barrett kind of talking in the dugout after they had given up a run there, and you thought, what's going on here? Is there more dissension in the dugout? And if so, what's that mean?
Well, I think a lot of times you go through a scouting report as a pitcher with your catcher about how you're going to throw a particular batter and what pitches are working for you on a particular night. I'm not sure what happened in that situation. Rich Hill looked like he was a little irritated either with the pitch selection or the calling of the pitch. And, as a general rule, as a pitcher, if you have any doubt, call the catcher out and talk it over.
Let's not speculate anymore. Rich Hill's at the podium right now. Let's listen in.
Pitches there. We end up, I lost the game. That's plain and simple. I didn't pitch well enough to win today. So I think there were some pitches here and there that if I made a better command of it, then we win that game. But I just flinched. I flinched back. Yeah, I flinched. I knew I balked, but it happens.
Did they say something in between innings about that?
No, they were talking about what they were doing. They were talking about my hang move out of the stretch, and 1 or 2 times in the first inning that I almost stopped, or I did stop out of the stretch.
So they were basically talking about a block of a different kind.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. You can't pick your leg up and stop and then continue to go forward. It's got to be one continuous motion.
Did you speed up your game for a little after that?
Yeah. A little bit. I was more conscious of it. And I've heard that before when we were in L.A. We were playing the Dodgers. Somebody said that to me, or told Derek. So.
During the game, they flashed the bench and it showed Larry coming over. It seemed there was some type of disagreement between you and Michael. Or?
No disagreement. I was telling him that I was upset about the pitch. I wish I made a better pitch on Washburn, and he said just hang in there and keep us where we're at, and we're going to win this game. So
Larry came over to calm you down a bit?
Yeah, I was getting a little frustrated because the pitcher, and he gave up. You don't want to give up a hit to the pitcher in that situation. And if I had made a better pitch right there, then maybe the game's 3-2.
Since losing that here right now, what kind of loss is this for the team? I mean, these are always tough.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, definitely tough. I think we've been battling back all year, and we've been hanging in there. We're going to be fine. There's no, we just need to make sure that we stay positive. That's the biggest thing. I've always said that. I'm always, a big advocate of that, of staying positive, because again, it's easy to get negative. That's the easy way out.
Sharon Washburn with a base hit. Georgia coming around, and the Mariners have the lead.
All right. Thanks.
Rich Hill, there he is. He didn't get the win tonight, but pitched a pretty good game. Let's go to our Pontiac poll question as we go to break. Where will the Cubs stand at the All-Star break? First place, second place, third place, fourth place? Let's not even go to the number E. Go to your ComcastSportsNet.com location, click on Chicago, then on that Cubs page and have a vote. We'll have results coming up later in the show.
This is the place. Let's go. Open 24 hours. Common sense never sleeps. 2-for-1 hot dogs with all the fixings. Now, that's how you help people live the high life. Hey, how you doing, bud? There you go. This place is a mountain of goodness in a mixed-up world. Thank you very much. Now, come over here. I got something to show you. We got a surprise for you. Switch it on, boys. Certified purveyors of the high life. That's you, buddy.
Certified purveyors of the Miller High Life.
Yeah, proof the world hasn't gone completely crazy.
Dad deserves a break. Feldco's offering free installation this week only.
Happy Father's Day, Dad, from Feldco.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Grab the new Sun-Times and get the real Chicago story every day. Subscribe at suntimes.com. Chicago Sun-Times. Let's get into it.
Try Arby's new popcorn chicken. Popcorn chicken so big and juicy, others don't compare. Made with 100% natural all-white meat chicken. So delicious, it'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
A shift has been made, and the legendary Nissan Pathfinder is reborn with the most powerful V8 in its class. The Nissan Armada and 9,100 pounds of trailer now go wherever you go. And going to extremes is a whole lot easier with the Nissan Xterra. The shift has been made, and when you think advanced, powerful adventure machines, think Nissan.
Welcome to Honda's ATV Planet. Today's episode, Power Steering, The Chase is On. The team is out to track the tough Foreman 4x4 ES, the first of its species with power steering. They spot one, and the chase is on. Power steering gives it effortless handling, with no sign of fatigue. Then suddenly, it's gone. Another memorable adventure on ATV Planet.
Hawkeye Motorworks, 7805 North Division Street, Davenport.
I remember when we had to drive to the video store for a movie. And if they were out, Bummer. That was then. Now there's the Mediacom 2-Star Pack with Stars and Showtime on demand. Hit movies are always in stock, and they start instantly with our remote.
And we can pause, fast forward, and rewind anytime. Can't do that with a dish.
Order the digital 2-Star Pack for just $14.95 a month for 12 months and get your choice of Mediacom phone or Mediacom online free for the rest of the year.
Call 1-800-CABLE-TV.
With 6 strikeouts over those last 7 days. Cubs lose tonight in extra innings to the Mariners. Let's check out the lineups tonight. It was a rough night for the Cubs all around. They had it going for a while. It looked like this was a game they had chances to win, and they certainly did. Soriano has certainly cooled off a little bit, Dan. 0 for 5 tonight with a run scored. A little different lineup out there for Lou Piniella. He had Pagan in there tonight. But you see a lot of guys that really didn't hit the ball real well tonight.
Well, it was really a matter of what has really hamstrung this team most of the season. The inability to get that big 2-out base hit, getting runners on, getting them over, getting the fly ball, getting that 2-out base hit. They've been able to do this in some of the games they've won the last week to 10 days. See, Derek Lee starts off the 8th inning with a nice little knifing ball down the right field line, legs it out for leadoff double. Looks like the Cubs are in business to start the inning.
Well, this is the inning where you would say the Cubs probably lost this game. They had a chance to really take the lead and put this game away, and you get the wave home. It's a 3-3 game. The Cubs have the bases loaded, nobody out, and the 3 rookies come up one after another, and they just could not get this run in once they got the bases loaded. They had 3 guys come up, all 3 rookies, and would you have liked to seen somebody else in there if you had an opportunity?
Well, unfortunately, you know, the roster the way it is, I'm not sure if Cliff Floyd was available now. He hits left-handed pitching very well. Here you see Ryan Theriot gets jammed on a fastball on the inner half of the plate, chops at the third base, a third to home force out. This puts Felix Pie in a very tough spot. I know he thought this pitch was inside, but it was a strike. But it's very tough. A young left-handed hitter, off an experienced pitcher, and then you see right here, it's just a case of the wrong guys coming up, and really the Cubs having an opportunity there to cash in, but you're sending up, you know, 2 young hitters in a row, being left-handed, hitting off a left-handed pitcher, and that's kind of at times where you miss having a Ramos Ramirez, where you play a lineup where you're throwing a lot of your right-handers out early, and you kind of hamstring yourself going in the later part of the game.
Certainly one of the biggest missed opportunities tonight. Let's take a look at your Mariners lineup tonight. Rich Hill, of course, was the starting pitcher. 8-year-old, his first trip in the Mariners' first trip to Wrigley Field. 1 for 6 with a double. You go down the lineup, they weren't exactly knocking the ball all over the place, except for Jojima, who had a nice night, 3 for 6 with a double and 2 runs scored. They, of course, did their damage in the 13th when the Cubs, again, had a chance to slow them down, and they didn't make a couple of defensive plays.
You know, you look at the lineup, and you're talking about the 3 potent bats going combined. 2 for 18 for the Mariners. Ichiro, Sexton, and Raul Ibanez. And you know what I mean? But this is the type of game that is kind of hampered the Cubs all season long. The inability to make plays. Here, a hard ground ball through the right side. Jose Vidro hesitated a little bit, and a terrible throw by Jock Jones, and also a ball that Michael Barrett, you know, you have to make this play. The throw was not a very good throw, but it was good enough that this is the difference between winning and losing games. You have to make a good throw. The throw wasn't that bad. It certainly wasn't a great throw, but it's a ball that Michael Barrett has to make that play.
It's 2 plays that weren't made on 1 play, and 1 key play that really cost the Cubs.
And what's irritating is they're losing a lot of these close games at home. You are at such an advantage playing in tie games and extra innings as the home team, and they squandered a lot of opportunities.
All right, we're going to go to break one more time. Where will the Cubs be in the standings at the All-Star break? It's our Pontiac opinion poll. First place, second place, third place, fourth place, or the letter E, which we will ignore tonight. We're going to break. We'll take a look at your StubHub upcoming schedule as well for the Cubs. There you go. 2 more against the Mariners. Tomorrow it's another night game, 7:05 Thursday. A matinee at Wrigley against the Mariners at 1:20. And then the Padres are coming to town. We'll be right back.
The upcoming schedule is brought to you by StubHub, where fans buy and sell tickets.
With every step, it gets better. Miller Genuine Draft. Cold filtered 4 times for smoother flavor.
Giving the new Sierra more power doesn't make it professional grade.
Giving it more power while making it more fuel efficient does. Introducing the all-new 2007 GMC Sierra. The only pickup that offers more than 300 horsepower and over 20 EPA estimated highway miles per gallon. That's professional grade.
Four Seasons, the largest family-owned and operated heating and air conditioning contractor, has simple goals: provide exceptional service at the best possible price and offer products that leave you nothing but satisfied. Call Four Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning today for a free estimate.
It's all about freedom to see clearly, to be at the top of your sport, the top of your profession, at the top of the world. It's freedom, brought to you by Kraft Laser Vision Correction. No one can match the Kraft Eye Institute in laser vision experience or results. Why trust your eyes to anyone else? The Kraft Eye Institute. It's freedom to see, to do, to be your best. Call Kraft today and see how far freedom can take you.
It's a driver's car. Rich in the latest technology, the perfectly proportioned cabin offers abundant comfort and space. Super handling all-wheel drive gives you ownership of the road. And the ever-smooth turbocharged IV-Tech engine, it's a rush. The RDX from Acura. Are you ready?
Take advantage of attractive financing on select Acura models for well-qualified customers.
How's this place? Time to do a little redecorating. No cover charge, free pool every Thursday night, and a good honest beer at a tasty price. This man got a good establishment going here. Hey, you are definitely supporting the high life, man, and these days, that's a good thing. Come on with me. Like the sign up. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. That's proof the world hasn't gone completely crazy. The high life is on.
All right, here's your Pontiac opinion poll tonight. Where will the Cubs be in the standings at the All-Star break? You went online to ComcastSportsNet.com. Pretty optimistic. Second place, 40.7. 27% are drinking the Cubs Kool-Aid. They think we're going all the way to first place by the All-Star break. The good news is the Brewers did lose tonight, so the Cubs at least not losing ground in the standings. But right now, that's where it stands. Cubs still trailing the Brewers. Let's check out our pitching matchup for tomorrow's game. Sean Marshall against Miguel Batista. Marshall's been really good, Dan, since being called up from the minors.
I'll tell you what, as a whole, the productivity that they're getting out of Sean Marshall out of the fifth spot, you could make a case as good as any fifth starter in baseball. He's been very, very good. And really, this Cubs starting pitching staff in general has been very good.
His stuff is not overwhelming. It's not, wicked stuff as players would say, or electric, like you like to say. How does he get guys out?
He gets guys out simply. He's locating very well, and he's very tall, and he throws the ball on a downhill plane, and he has a very good off-speed. This curveball you see to Andrew Jones, he pitches in the high 80s, low 90s. He'll touch 91, 92 at times, but there's a difference between the fastball and the curveball. You throw 90, 91 with your fastball, 78, 80 with that slow curveball. There's a big discrepancy between the two pitches, and it keeps hitters off balance.
How key is this stretch here before the All-Star break for the Cubs now, as they've closed the gap on the Brewers a little bit, but they can't get to the top right now? How key is this stretch as we get to the break?
This is a very important stretch, and unfortunately, they have used up about as much bad baseball as you want to use up to this point. If they're really going to seriously get into the Milwaukee Brewers and get to the top of this division, they have backed themselves into a corner where they can ill afford to go on one of those streaks. And I know the rest of the division is playing poorly. Right now, you could make a case that this is the weakest division in baseball right now. But still, this is a good team that is a much better team than they played up to this point. And you keep waiting them to put one of these streaks together, but it's games like tonight, games like Sunday in Atlanta that just keep hamstringing this team.
The good news is the Brewers are playing some bad baseball right now. That's going to do it for Cubs Postgame Live. For Dan Plesac and the rest of our crew, thanks for watching. Sports Night is coming up next.
There's a drive by Jose Guillen.
Wake up to rivalry and wake up to McDonald's. Get any 2 biscuit sandwiches for just $3.
Metra's making your summer travel easier and more economical because now through Labor Day, our popular weekend family fares are good on weekdays too.
Dad deserves a break. Felco's offering free installation this week only.
Call 866-4FPL DCO.
This Father's Day, give Dad something he can open again and again. Feldco is offering free installation. Save thousands on replacement windows with no interest or payments till next year. Call for a free estimate and free installation.
Free installation ends Sunday.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866-4Feldco.
Tomorrow, it's another interleague showdown when Paulie and the Sox tangle with Aaron Rowan and the Phillies. Coverage starts with Felco White Sox pregame live. White Sox Phillies available in widescreen format. Tomorrow at 11:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friends.
Clothing is very personal, but when you give a Men's Warehouse gift card, you can be sure he'll have a happy Father's Day. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
A shift has been made, and the legendary Nissan Pathfinder is reborn with the most powerful V8 in its class. The Nissan Armada and 9,100 pounds of trailer now go wherever you go. And going to extremes is a whole lot easier with the Nissan Xterra. The shift has been made, and when you think advanced, powerful adventure machines, think Nissan.
With every step, it gets better. Miller Genuine Draft. Cold filtered 4 times for smoother flavor.
Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. Sit. Watch.
Wake up! Wake up to rivalry and wake up to McDonald's new iced coffee in 3 delicious flavors.
We now join our regularly scheduled program already in progress.